Hey guys, it's Michael from Devoted to Vinyl, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about why I think you should upgrade your turntable setup slowly over time. So when it comes to audio hardware, it's almost impossible to not get the urge to want to upgrade. There's always an amplifier that's more powerful, there's always better speakers on the market, and there's always a more impressive and reliable turntable. Now, whether you're brand new to vinyl or you've been spinning records for years, there does come a time where you have to ask yourself, is it time to upgrade? And if it is, how should I go about doing it? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you my top 3 reasons as to why I think you should upgrade your turntable setup very slowly over time, as opposed to making a big upgrade jump all at once. Now, number 1 on my list is the most obvious, but it's budget concerns. Now, several videos ago, I talked about how my very first turntable was an Audio-Technica AT-LP60, and I thought that that was a good way to jump into the vinyl hobby to see if I liked it, especially since it only cost about $100. Now, the Audio-Technica AT-LP60 is far from the best turntable on the market, but for somebody that is not interested in breaking the bank right off the bat, it comes with everything that a beginner would need. For one, it has a built-in phono preamp, auto start and stop functionality, and a knob on the front of the turntable to switch the speed from 33 1/3 RPM to 45 RPM. Simple, easy, cheap. That's why it's one of the most popular turntables for beginners on the market. Now, as time went on, my curiosity did get the best of me, and so I decided to invest a little bit more money and upgrade from the Audio-Technica AT-LP60 to the Project Debut Carbon. And after having the Debut Carbon for a few years and trying out a few cartridges as well, I decided to upgrade my turntable again to the Clear Audio Concept Black. Overall though, the point is that I made these upgrades slowly over time. Starting with a $100 record player is a fine way to test the waters of the vinyl hobby without feeling like you have to break the bank or keep up with the Joneses. Now, when you start on the lower end of the turntable spectrum, it allows you to invest less money in hardware and more money in vinyl records. And at the end of the day, what's the use of having a high quality and very expensive turntable if you don't have any damn money to buy records? That just doesn't make any sense. Okay, now number 2 on my list is that if you upgrade slowly over time, it allows you to better be able to appreciate audio hardware and sound quality. All right, now follow me here. Let's take this all the way back to kindergarten. Follow me here. Follow me here. We all remember the story of Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Now, despite being a girl who should be arrested for breaking and entering, y'all know it's true, locked up. She should be locked up. Goldilocks is known for her dedication to making sure that she found the perfect bed that fit her needs. She first hops in Papa Bear's bed, but it's too hard. She then hops into Mama Bear's bed, but it's way too soft. And it's not until she jumps into Little Baby Bear's bed where she finds the perfect match. Locked up. She should be locked up. Well, believe it or not, this is exactly how I think you should treat vinyl upgrades. Because in many ways, I think you need to know what turntables and audio hardware don't look, sound, and feel great in order to really appreciate what turntables and audio hardware do look, sound, and feel great. Now, you can buy a very expensive turntable and pair it with some outstanding audio equipment, and it's gonna sound really great. But it sounds great in relation to what exactly? When you upgrade slowly over time, you can notice the difference between a ceramic cartridge and a magnetic cartridge because you've tried both. You'll appreciate the difference between a plastic tone arm and a carbon fiber tone arm because you've tried both. You'll be in a better position to notice the difference between a cartridge that sounds really warm and lush when playing records versus another one that sounds very clinical and very bright and maybe even a little bit harsh on the top end. Or how certain phono preamps create a wider soundstage than others, and how record weights and clamps improve the lower end of the music and add a little bit more bass and punch as well. But if you decided to immediately jump into the high and very expensive end of the audio hardware pool, your ability to be able to decipher the little differences between low, mid, and high-priced audio equipment might be lost. Alright, now number 3 on my list is the fact that upgrading slowly over time allows you the ability to be able to course correct and pivot. Now, when it comes to the vinyl hobby, it's important to remember that we all have different wants and needs. There are tons of people that simply do not care about hearing every single detail on a track. While one person might want a room that's solely dedicated to listening to music, another person just wants to be able to spin some records while they're cleaning the house or doing their homework. It's also important to remember that your audio setup and your audio components really do matter. It doesn't make sense to invest in an expensive, high-quality phono preamp if the turntable you're using is cheap and made with low-quality materials. But if you upgrade slowly over time, you can make pivots and course corrections that will benefit you in the long term. For example, let's say you have a turntable that you really like, but for whatever reason, you're not happy with the sound right now. Maybe you just need to pivot a little bit, and instead of buying a brand new turntable, invest that money in getting a higher quality cartridge, or getting better speakers, or improving your phono preamp. On top of that, maybe you also need to look into the placement of your speakers in your room. Are you sitting too close to your speakers? Are they too big or too small in the room where you listen to your music? These are all small course corrections you can make that can have a big impact when it comes to appreciating the sound of your music. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it to be a little bit helpful today. And if you did, please hit that like button down below. You know I always appreciate it when you do that. And definitely subscribe to my channel Devoted to Vinyl if you want to be alerted exactly when a new video drops. And also, if you need any additional help when it comes to turntables or vinyl records, make sure you hop on over to my website, devotedtovinyl.com. And lastly, I want to leave you guys with this one question. If you're already considering upgrading your turntable setup, what is the big reason why you want to do that? Make sure you share your thoughts down below in the comments section. And if you have any questions, I'll be down there responding to as many people as I can as well. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I wonder how many people bought an expensive turntable, really pricey, and they got it home and they unboxed it, and then they were like, I ain't got no money for records now.